A new study on the impact of automation and robots in the workforce has come with the conclusion that about 33%, or 1/3 of all jobs that exist today, will absolutely be lost due to technology, automation, and of course using robots to replace human beings. This issue is something that we have talked about here on Daily World Television before. Ajit Chak and I have talked about it, and how countries like India, which are increasingly dependent on foreign direct investment, that is foreign money creating additional manual labor jobs in India, how this objective of Make in India to increase its manufacturing base can stem or offset the tide of automation. What's happening in India is rather interesting because just at the time that India is setting record levels for having foreign direct investment, India is now the top country in the world for the second year running of FDI money. It has surpassed China and America, which used to be number 1 and 2. So there is manufacturing that's coming from major companies into India who are leaving China. Apple, the largest company in the world and the most successful in the history of business, will actually now make 3 different iPhone products in India, shutting down their factories in China. In about 2 months, the iPhone SE will be made in India, and already the iPhone 6 and 6S is starting to be manufactured in India as well. Accordingly, the prices are expected to drop. But what happens when the suppliers to Apple's factories start using robots? Foxconn, which is one of the largest types of businesses that make goods for other companies, even Apple, is now in the process of automating all of their factories. In Brazil, where most of their growth is, it's not in China anymore, about 90% of their factories will be run by robots within the next 2 years. That translates into thousands of workers losing their jobs. So India may be successful in the short term or near term. There will be a spike or a surge in manufacturing jobs, but eventually, unless India ignores this trend, which will make it uncompetitive in the market, and it will cost itself to lose jobs that way, will also lose jobs by switching to automation, because companies that want to invest in India will insist that their robots make the products instead of Indian workers.